Hi, this is your girl Francia, aka Franny B, and welcome to Values Over Vanity. In tonight's episode, it is going to be about defining who you are. Mm, I was thinking about this late at night, and I slept earlier, so I got up in the middle of the night and couldn't go back to sleep. So I decided to come up with different ideas about what I wanted my next podcast was going to be. And it came to me about defining who you are. So I was thinking about how I was um, as a person, how I was letting everyone and anything define who I was, like putting a label on me and believing that I was those things. I am defined by my race, my sex, my religion, my country, my culture. I am defined by all of those things, and I allow other people to define who I am as well. And in looking at myself and looking at my life and looking at my journey, I have realized that I am not going to let nothing or no one define who I am anymore. I am stepping into my power. And in stepping in my power, I'm going to acknowledge that those things are a part of me, but those things are not me. And I want you to start looking at your life as well and seeing what you allow, what you are allowing to define who you are. I've realized that I have outgrown, as I get older, I am getting wiser. And I have outgrown a lot of the things that I have allowed to define me from my past. And even right now, every day I am growing and I'm learning. So if I put myself in a box and is and I'm letting those things define me in that box, then I will never grow. Then I will remain the same. You have to realize that life is worth living, and in living you grow. Every day that you open up your eyes and you're grateful for, and you thank God, you thank the universe, you thank spirit, you thank so for opening your eyes to the next day, you have to realize that yesterday was the past, and today you might know, you will come across something new, a new information that you never knew before. And that's a part of the growing process. I have stopped letting my past define me, including any anything that I felt held me back, any labels that people put on me, any labels that I've put on myself. I'm acknowledging that those things were a part of me. But because I'm coming outside my box, I refuse to let those things define who I am. Think about it. Every day that you are opening up your eyes and you're growing and you're meeting new people, you're having new experiences, and you're realizing that you are not the person that you were yesterday. Or you are that person, but you've added to that. You've added to that person. Yes, I'm a female, but I'm not just a female. Yes, I'm a black woman, but I'm not just a black woman. Yes, I'm from Barbados, but I'm not just going to be defined by born in Barbados. I'm living in Canada for 30 years now. I'm not gonna let because I realize that we are a product of our environment, and are we going to stick to that product of our environment, or as we grow older we are going to outgrow those that environment? If we stick to those things that we were told from when we were young, realize that those are things at that time that apply to you at that time. That's definitely not fully applying to you in your present. especially if they're negative labels. This podcast is called Values Over Vanity. So your values should remain the same. Are you loving to yourself? Are you loving to others? And what is loving? Self-love is loving every part of you, the good and the bad, while you're growing. Are you kind to yourself? Kind means looking at yourself in the mirror and loving all aspects of you, and looking at the next person without judging them and being kind to that person. Compassionate. Are you compassionate to yourself? Do you give yourself a break when some days, some nights, or some mornings you wake up in a bad mood, or you're not having the greatest day? Are you acting like a human? Are you treating yourself like a human being? Are you compassionate to yourself? And what about others? When other people are going through a rough day, are you adding to their stress, or you're letting them know that you're there to help them through? We all have to look at ourselves. As I said, we are projecting, right? We are projecting our experience onto others. We are defining others, and we're judging others based on their religion, based on their sex, based on their creed, based on every single thing that we have put a label on. Look onto others and do unto others as you want to be done to you. So if you don't want to judge, if you don't want people to judge you, don't judge them. You don't know the story. Don't let people define who you are. You know why you're going to let people define who you are? Because you're defining yourself and putting yourself in a box and then sticking inside of that box as you grow. I realize for me, I am a walking miracle. I can't tell everyone. We're all angels on this earth with messages for each other. And if I can really allow and make you look at yourself and see the amazing person that you are because of your journey. But you're not going to let your journey define you, because your journey is still going on. As long as you have life in you, you're still learning and growing. So don't box yourself in. You see, that's why you become afraid. I grew up in a Christian home. My dad was a part of the choir. You go to church every Sunday, went to Sunday school, went to this and went to that. I know God. God is love. But I'm not going to be defined by a church. When you go to church, people go to church and putting on the best clothes to look the best. I'm not going to judge them, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to be defined by a church. I'm going to be defined by who I am. Am I loving those people in the church? Am I judging those people? Am I walking up to those church and see a homeless man at the bottom of the street? Am I offering him to love him and give him something as I walk past him? Or am I walking past him and saying, go and get a job? A homeless man but had a journey for himself. A homeless man could be Jesus himself. We don't know. Are we loving our neighbors as we love ourselves, as the Bible said? Are we treating each other with respect and kindness, as the Bible said? Are we out here judging everyone that we come across based on their color, their sex, their religion, their creed, their past? Somebody get in trouble when they were in their teens or in their early years. Are we going to call them a criminal for the rest of their life because they did something in their young age that at that time they did, and are we willing to forgive them for their past? Are we willing to look at them and see maybe they need help? What is the root of criminals. We have to look in. We also have to look at them. We call them criminals, but you know what? They're criminals for a reason. What happened to them to make them feel so hopeless, so helpless in their life that they have to resort to doing criminal activities? We have to go to the root of the cause. When people abusing each other, we have to look at the root. What was the reason for it? What happened in these people's lives? What happened in our lives that we keep projecting? That's why I keep saying we all have a journey. We all have a past. We all know what we've been through. That's why I keep saying that we are all survivors. I don't care who you are. You are a survivor of your circumstance. So I'm gonna keep bringing up your past to you and throwing it in your face when you are doing that to yourself. You're reliving that past over and over and over. Why did that happen to me? Why did that happen to me? Not realizing, not looking at it from a different perspective of it happened to you, and you are so much stronger because of it, regardless of whatever it is. I don't want to tell anyone how to live. I don't want to force and preach to anyone, but I really want you to start looking at yourself individually. Are you tearing down the next person, or are you building them up? Are you looking at them as a human being, or are you dragging them down? Since I've started this journey, I said I'm trying not to judge any person. I know that there's a lot of bad things that are happening out there in the world, and I don't want to ignore the fact that there's some people out there that are doing some horrible things, terrible things, not only to kids but to adults. So, you know what I mean? But we all have to look at the root of it. Why are they doing these things? What has happened in their lives for them to don't have empathy or compassion or kindness or care to destroy somebody else's lives? What has happened to us as a society? What are we manifesting in our lives over and over and over into our reality, into the world? Every individual have to look at themselves and acknowledge that we are all letting something define us from our past. Yesterday was the past. Are we learning to forgive ourselves and the people that have done us wrong? Or are we going through life just hating people and hating things and hating situations, and hating experiences and hating everything about us because of our past? And I'm here to tell you that you are a being of light and love. We all have different perspective, and we have to start switching our perspective into a positive one. I told you I started switching my thoughts from negative thinking to positive thinking, and I have empowered myself to speak on things that I myself has experienced and I myself is going through. So if I know that if I am going through something and it's making an impact on my life for my present, I can share it with the next person. I can help the next person by speaking about my experience. And I know that a lot of what I'm saying is resonating because of the response I've gotten. We are, I said before, we are all powerful beings. We are all gifted. We can heal ourselves. We can rewire our minds. We can love ourselves more. We can love the next person even more. But stop letting people define who we are. You know yourself. When somebody tell you something that you know that you're not, you look at them like, you don't know me. Who are you to talk to me and tell me who I am? You don't know my journey. That's how I look at people now. coming, well, I don't really get a lot of people coming and telling me who I am anymore because I guess my energy is like, my energy is different. But what I don't know, I ask questions anyway. So, and that's another thing that I've realized. When I don't know something, I'm not stupid. I just don't know it. I'm going to acknowledge that I don't know it. I'm going to acknowledge that that's not something that um, I went looking for. No, I'm certain things now that I'm finding out. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize, I didn't know that. So I'm able to, not beat up myself and act like I'm stupid. I'm just gonna go with the flow. I didn't know that, so tell me more. You are not stupid. You are not. You are powerful. You are smart. You're brilliant with your life experiences and your journey. You know what you know. And every day that you come outside the box, you're gaining new experiences and new journeys, new perspective that you never had. So don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. We are all here. We are all walking miracles. We've all gone through something that in our life that was probably traumatic or probably life changing. We've lost loved ones. We've grieved for loved ones. We lost relationships that we had. We lost friendships that we had. We have the emotion to be sad. We have the emotion to be happy. We have the emotions to be just all kind of emotions we have, and we have all the same emotions. We may not have them at the same time, but as human beings, we are all built the same internally with the same emotions. Some emotions are suppressed more than others. That's why we have to start healing ourselves, healing our past trauma, healing ourselves, and stop letting other people define who we are. Stop putting labels on things. Stop putting labels on people. Stop letting people label you, and then you go into that label. You acknowledge that label. You think that you are in that label because somebody told you that. If you know that you are not that label, say, you know what, you don't know me. That's not my label. I'm not that. I know myself. Know yourself. Know who you are. Love who you are. Be passionate about life. Help those around you who you can help. What is your legacy gonna be? Are you out here looking for only riches and material things? Are you gonna be able to carry those things in the grave with you? People die and leave all their riches behind for family members to fight over. Are they thinking about the legacy that you left behind? What kind of legacy are you leaving for your kid, for your family, for your friends? No, not even for your friends, for your kids and your family and total strangers. Are we thinking about those things? Are you going to be remembered for being rich but selfish, or being middle class and loving and kind, or being poor and kind? Even though, look at my grandmother. She's not a rich lady, but every time that she has something, she give to other people. That's what she's always getting. She's not rich, but she always have because she always give. I read Matthew 19 today on my prayer call, Matthew 19, verses 20 to 24. Read that passage from the Bible and see what you got out of it. I got out that in this lifetime you could be rich, but you cannot carry those riches in the coffin with you. What is your legacy going to be? How are you going to define yourself to the world around you? Or are you going to let others define you for yourself? Define yourself. I'm here to say that you can make a change. From the moment that you open up your eyes to a new day, God didn't finish with you yet. The universe didn't finish with you yet. The divine did not finish with you yet. He opened up, your eyes was open up to continue on your mission. Start tapping into your power. Start tapping into your passion. Start tapping into your purpose here on this earth. Ask for help when you need help. Things that you can't control, let it go. Things that you can control, deal with them. Control them. Pray for people. Prayer works. Know that you are blessed. Know that you are powerful. Know that you are gifted. So I want you to define your damn self. Do not let others define who you are. Do not let things define who you are. Every day you are growing. Every day you are learning. Every day you have a new experience. Every day different people are coming into your life. Know the essence of who you are. Be true to yourself. Be authentically you. Thank you so much for listening to Values Over Vanity. This is your girl, Francia, aka Franny B. Thank you and good night.